Welcome to Content Manager's channel once again. Today, we are covering sustainable alternatives to palm oil. The versatile juggernaut of the global oil industry has found its way into our daily lives, seamlessly integrating into a myriad of consumer products. However, its pervasive use has ignited a firestorm of environmental and ethical concerns. Palm oil is a main driver for deforestation of some of the world's most biodiverse forests, destroying the habitat of already endangered species like orangutan, pygmy elephant, and Sumatran rhino. The production of palm oil destroys rainforests and biodiversity as the world's most consumed oil. Palm oil's omnipresence in cosmetics, detergents, biofuels, and all facets of food production rings alarm bells echoing through the corridors of sustainability. The environmental impact is stark and undeniable. Deforestation, habitat destruction, and the grim specter of human rights violations cast a shadow over palm oil's reputation. As conscientious stewards of our planet, the time has come to embark on a journey toward sustainable alternatives, to chart a course that preserves biodiversity, protects vital ecosystems, and ensures ethical practices. In this electrifying exploration, we will unravel the imperative need for alternatives to palm oil, shining a light on potential candidates that stand poised to revolutionize the future of the industry. Buckle up as we embark on a quest to redefine the narrative and forge a path toward a more sustainable and responsible era. The palm oil predicament, unraveling the complex web. Palm oil, with its unparalleled versatility, sky-high yields, and economic efficiency, has emerged as the undisputed champion in the global oil market. Its reign, however, comes at a staggering cost that reverberates through the delicate balance of our planet. The triple threat of versatility, high yield, and cost-effectiveness has, in turn, led to an environmental quagmire that demands our immediate attention. The lush jungles of tropical regions, once thriving ecosystems, now bear the scars of palm oil's relentless expansion. Deforestation, the sinister side effect of palm oil cultivation, poses an imminent threat to biodiversity, disrupting the intricate dance of life within these ecosystems. As trees fall to make way for palm oil plantations, the very heart of our planet is weakened, and the impacts cascade across the globe, contributing significantly to the ominous specter of climate change. Yet, the predicament goes beyond the ecological battlefield. The social fabric surrounding palm oil cultivation is stained with issues that demand redress. Land grabbing, a consequence of the insatiable demand for palm oil, displaces communities and exacerbates social tensions. Furthermore, the industry's record of accomplishment on labor practices is marred by reports of poor working conditions and exploitation, casting a dark shadow over the economic gains reaped from palm oil production. In facing this predicament head-on, we are forced to confront not just the environmental toll, but also the intricate social dynamics entwined with the palm oil industry. It is a multifaceted challenge that demands a comprehensive and sustainable solution, a solution that we will explore in the subsequent sections, where alternative oils emerge as beacons of hope in a landscape marred by adversity. The call for economical other options, a resonating weep for change notwithstanding the natural and social problem presented by palm oil, a mobilizing sob for change reverberations through the hallways of customer cognizance, ecological promotion, and, surprisingly, inside the meeting rooms of industry monsters. The criticalness to break liberated from the shackles of unreasonable practices has lighted an intense call for options that rise above the conventional standards, making ready for an amicable harmony between financial success and biological obligation, purchaser activism. At the front of this development are enabled buyers who employ their buying power as an impetus for change. Educated and reliable, the present customers are progressively investigating item marks, requesting straightforwardness, and communicating a reasonable inclination for manageable decisions. As consciousness of the palm oil situation spreads, a groundswell of purchaser activism is reshaping market elements. convincing brands to re-examine their obtaining practices and embrace options that line up with the upsides of their insightful client base. Ecological backing. Natural associations, outfitted with a mission to safeguard our planet, have led missions to highlight the negative effects of palm oil development. Through examination, schooling, and backing, these associations have raised public mindfulness and impacted approaches and industry norms. Their tireless endeavors focus on the requirement for choices that do not forfeit the climate at the raised area of progress. In this manner, driving a change in outlook towards manageability. Industry players as impetuses for change. Shockingly, even inside the echelons of industry, a change in perspective is in progress. Some pioneer organizations are perceiving the basics to embrace feasible choices to palm oil. Driven by a promise to corporate obligation and a sharp consciousness of developing purchaser assumptions. These industry players are spearheading drives to investigate, create, and incorporate options that defend the climate as well as line up with moral and socially dependable strategic policies. Difficult exercises, financial, ecological, and social. In this enthusiasm for change, the spotlight is immovably fixed on arrangements that explore the sensitive harmony between monetary interests and ecological and social obligations. The call for choices is not a request for financial penance, but instead an emphasis on rethinking flourishing to envelop the prosperity of our planet and its occupants. It is a call for development, flexibility, and a pledge to making a future where monetary achievement coincides agreeably with natural and social prospering. As the ensemble for supportable choices to palm oil crescendos, the aggregate endeavors of shoppers, natural backers, and industry pioneers join into a strong power for change. The excursion towards an economic future is set apart by cooperation, assurance, and a common vision of an existence where progress is not to the detriment of our planet. All things being equal, an impetus for a more amicable and manageable concurrence. Promising reasonable other options, preparing for a greener tomorrow as we stand at the junction of progress, a large group of promising choices to palm oil call. Offering a hint of something better over the horizon as we continued looking for maintainability, these options not just copy the beneficial qualities of palm oil, yet additionally endeavor to moderate the natural and social entanglements related with its creation. High oleic oils, gotten from sunflower, safflower, and canola crops, high oleic oils arise as robust competitors in the feasible oil field. Flaunting qualities like palm oil, these oils are a feasible option for many uses, from culinary undertakings to corrective definitions. High oleic oils stand prepared to make up for the shortcoming left by their palm oil partner, offering a greener decision without settling for less on usefulness. Algal oil, venturing into the spotlight, algal oil outfits the influence of microorganisms to convey a feasible substitute wealthy in omega-3 unsaturated fats. Its potential spans diverse applications, from improving the wholesome profile of food items to giving a well-being cognizant choice in supplements by taking advantage of the bounties of the sea without adding to deforestation. Algal oil rises as a signal of manageability in the immense ocean of choices. Shea margarine. Currently celebrated in the domain of beauty care products, shea margarine rises above its customary space and arises as a competitor for food applications. Obtained from shea trees, this golden-hued margarine fills in as an eco-accommodating option as well as brings positive social effects. Its coordination into the culinary world could take a huge step towards making a more economical and morally cognizant food industry. Coconut oil, with its obvious fragrance and flexibility, coconut oil ventures into the spotlight as a swap for palm oil. While not altogether liberated from ecological worries, mindful obtaining practices can assist with relieving its effect. Generally utilized in cooking, beauty care products, and different businesses, coconut oil offers a convincing elective that lines up with the interest for manageable decisions. In the domain of feasible other options, these choices signal a change in perspective, rocking the boat and offering a different exhibit of decisions for businesses and purchasers the same. The excursion towards a palm sands oil future is not without its difficulties, however. These choices stand as demonstration of our aggregate obligation to building an additional manageable and mindful world. The job of industry and purchaser decisions, organizations for a maintainable tomorrow. In the face of the environmental and social mystery of progressing away from palm oil to reasonable other options, the obligations are divided among the chiefs of industry and the engaged purchasers exploring the paths. The shift towards supportability is not simply a need. A cooperative undertaking requests proactive measures, ventures, and a guarantee to straightforwardness from the two finishes of the range. Industry's vital job in charge of progress, industry players bear a vital obligation. A change in outlook requires an essential obligation to innovative work. Establishing the groundwork for imaginative choices to palm oil, interest in obtaining reasonable rehearses becomes principal, guaranteeing that the production network is untethered from the chains of natural debasement and untrustworthy work rehearses. Besides, straightforwardness arises as a foundation in this extraordinary excursion. Industry pioneers should impart straightforwardly about their drives, progress, and difficulties, furnishing shoppers with an unmistakable perspective on their obligation to manageability. By embracing a straightforward methodology, organizations cultivate trust as well as support a more extensive vast shift towards capable practices. Industry's job stretches out past simple item development. It is a stewardship job, directing the area towards a future where success is indivisible from ecological and social obligation. The obligation to lead the charge towards economic choices is a mantle that should be carried by, and large, engaged purchasers in this powerful dance towards a maintainable tomorrow. Shoppers are the choreographers employing massive impact through their decisions, furnished with data and a developing cognizance about the ecological and social effects of their purchases. Purchasers can guide the market in the correct heading. Pursuing informed decisions turns into the foundation of customer activism. By effectively searching out items that embrace economical other options, purchasers convey a reasonable message to the business about their needs. This request-driven approach creates a business opportunity for feasible items and boosts makers to focus on eco-accommodating and socially capable practices. Additionally, purchasers are offered the ability to consider organizations responsible. Virtual entertainment and the interconnected advanced age give stages to purchasers to enhance their voices, pushing for straightforwardness, moral practices, and unmistakable endeavors towards maintainability. By effectively supporting and upholding brands resolved to change, buyers become draftsmen of a shopper-driven upheaval. A cooperative organization's cooperative energy among industry and purchasers is not a simple joint effort, but a harmonious organization. Industry players, energized by the interest in maintainability, find the inspiration and market backing to progress towards greener practices. Thus, buyers, outfitted with the information that their decisions shape enterprises, become impetuses for change by supporting brands that line up with their qualities. This organization is significant in a common vision, a future where financial achievement consistently incorporates ecological and social obligation. As industry and buyers synchronize their endeavors, they lay the preparation for a commercial center, where manageability is not simply a decision, however, an aggregate responsibility. The obligation to produce this way lies not with a single party, but rather with not set in stone to explore towards a future where the tradition of today is one of honest success, graphing the course for a practical tomorrow in the sensitive harmony between ecological stewardship and monetary feasibility. The journey for maintainable choices to palm oil rises as an encouraging sign, directing us from the shadows of natural debasement and moral issues. Remaining at this urgent junction, we perceive the difficulties that lie ahead, however. Stay unflinching in the conviction that a cooperative, purposeful exertion can make ready for a future, where items are created without compromising the strength of our planet and its occupants. The direness of this progress could not be more significant. The ecological cost claimed by palm oil development requests an extreme takeoff from the same old thing. It requires a reconsidering of industry rehearses, a re-examination of buyer decisions, and a recommitment from policymakers to encourage an administrative climate that champions maintainability. Challenges, to be sure, are available from the requirement for versatile options. In contrast to the basic of tending to monetary contemplations, notwithstanding, in recognizing these obstacles, we likewise perceive the colossal potential for development, flexibility, and positive change. Feasible options as of now, enticing businesses to embrace a future where benefit and obligation blend. The aggregate power of ventures, purchasers, and policymakers is the driving motor of this groundbreaking excursion. Enterprises should put resources into research, take on supportable practices, and straightforwardly convey their endeavors. Shoppers, employing their buying power and support, can impact market elements, guiding businesses towards mindful decisions. Policymakers, filling in as planners of administrative structures, can cultivate a climate helpful for reasonable practices. Finally, together, this union can reverse the situation, proclaiming another period where items are products as well as epitomes of a common obligation to the prosperity of our planet. The quest for supportable choices to palm oil is not simply a decision, it is an obligation we share as caretakers of the earth. As we cross this way, let us recollect that each educated shopper decision, each reasonable business practice, and each insightful strategy choice adds to the inheritance we leave for people in the future, a tradition of faithful thriving, where the strength of our planet and its occupants is paramount. That is it. If you find this information helpful, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more knowledge-related content.